Okay, so count font is 4.7.
That's the one you want me to be careful on?
Which? Bravery?
I think so.
No. This one no.
The carousel?
No, this one. And then this one too. I don't know.
I'm
not
at the
that confident.
carousel.
You're not. Or I guess you are.
What do you mean I'm not? I know where I am.
Replay. I was on replay.
Just denying where I am, trying to gaslight me. Oh, I guess I'm not at the carousel. I locked there. Whoops. iRacing should make flat spots a thing.
Yeah.
So understeery there.
Yeah, it gets really, really understeery.
Holy cow, I caught up 2 seconds on the leader in that lap.
Yeah.
Just gotta manage my tires. Wait, do you think I can?
You're catching. So I'll just.
There we go.
I check the damage.
Can you check my stream?
What about it?
That corner you can take so fast, it's actually absurd.
I think this guy's saving fuel. He missed the apex by a mile.
Can you say thank you to him?
Yeah. I said merci. All right then. Yeah, be careful there. I've seen people go off and not be able to stop because of ABS.
Oh, yeah. Not that corner, but the one before is the one where I'm thinking of breaking out the 50-meter board.
No,
I doubt it. Yeah, I think it's more benefit. It'll shred my tires if I try. Did I get off track? No.
Yeah, just trying to push because I got a bit too many. Because I got a 4x because of the guy that's...
I'm actually really good at not getting off tracks at the Nurburgring. For some reason, my only
if you get
track.
off tracks, you die.
Yeah. I don't really push 100% around here, like, ever. That quali lap was the only one where I was pushing, like, 98%. Otherwise, I'm, like, 95.
Yeah. So you have to do around here.
That was a fairly good section. Oh, nice. That was so fast.
Ooh, to the outside goes the beamer. I'm gonna say you less than that. Dude, my mic plays back like it doubles, and it like messes up my speech because I have to wait for it to finish talking.
You're doing it.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell.
Why are you fighting me? Is that?
I do the same thing, but I don't have it double playback. I just hesitate all the time.
Oh yeah, because it has to. It has to, or else it like what does it do? It can't hear me.
Oh.
Man, the leader. Remember the guy who was like a minute ahead?
Yeah.
They're now like 2 minutes down. His other drivers are like, oh my god, this guy is 20 seconds a lap slower.
What?
The guy that's driving right now.
Wait, who?
The guy for the leaders early on.
Ah, my first off track. Dang it. Just tried to take that corner a little too fast. Still a little bit understeery.
Nah, man, just deal with it instead. It's good.
I think at the start of this lap, Miguel was like 13.9. Yeah, I've closed 2.4 seconds on him. Okay.
Yeah, me too. I was closing a lot. See all the incidents that happened.
That corner is so much better with this setup.
Oh.
What?
I'm just watching replays of the incidents that happened to us. Yeah, what happened to these guys? Supposed to go. Why is it so slow? Oh, that's horrible driving. That's the worst driving I've seen. He turned in for the apex and pit maneuvered a guy.
What?
That's horrid driving. That's horrid driving.
That's how you do it. I think I barely locked up there.
That's god awful.
No, it's getting a lot darker.
Yeah. Oh.
What's the in-game time?
Game time is 22. It's 10 o'clock. Oh, damn. It's the guy you're about to kind of come out. Oh, we got this. Oh. Good thing. So, see these guys.
Oh, this feels like a slow lap.
That's
How
a
much were
Jalen.
you
He did a
closing in
Jalen.
on Miguel per lap?
3, 2, 1. Something like that. Depends on what. But it was definitely like 3 to 2 seconds. Or 1 second sometimes.
630 liters of fuel used. That's crazy. Alright, here we go.
You remember, you're just way faster. There's no need to push. Oh, poor guy.
Do you see how fast I go into that corner? It's
No, I'm
so
watching
scary.
Ooh. Oh, he's crabbing. Oh, big incident. Oh. Those are the guys who got destroyed earlier. He's got it. Oh, he's not actually. Oh. Jeez, that's a big crash. Oh, he spun it again.
I think my biggest weakness at the Nurburgring is artificially using the track. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. I do that all the time.
I bet that's what separates us from the esports guys.
Yeah, we don't push all the way out because we're too scared to.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh. Yeah, whatever you do, do not hit that grid. Simple.
Dang it. Like, that's such a dumb off track to give. How have I lost 6/10?
I thought you turned your delta off.
No, to P1. Oh, I lost 6/10 because I was not that far behind him. Or I was too far behind him. I don't know.
Lord, these poor guys, they've had so many crashes. Ali York destroyed their race.
Who did?
The guy that's driving destroyed their race. He crashed 4 times.
Oh.
Lord, that's a huge crash.
Oh, the car feels so nice. Like a little bit understeery, but it's not that bad.
It gets bad towards the end, so just watch that. Oh. Oh Lord, they're side by side in the foxhole. Oh no, that's horrible. Oh, you're joking.
That section is so difficult. I always lose time to people there.
Oh. Oh, this guy's moving. Supposed to be a huge curve. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. Same guy. Where is this guy? That's why they're 4 laps down. Jesus, what happened? Okay, so you're not gonna take any curve at the jump.
Aww. That was my plan.
Must sent to Jesus. Oh, this how this guy got 2 laps down. Oh, that was me. That was me. Oh. Julian, you're gonna have to walk this back. Straight.
What do you think of the gap to P1?
I know, I saw. They're doing really well. Oh, wait. There is no gap.
What?
What's the gap on your screen? I can't see a gap.
6.1.
Oh, there it goes.
What, it wouldn't show up?
I nearly ended our race, but I didn't because I'm not good. Oh, whoops. That's not what I pressed.
See how I launched over that?
Not the sign up.
The carousel? You just gotta straighten your wheel and then you're fine.
Safety car, John, safety car.
Yeah, I say I'm not pushing and then look at how much I'm pushing. Oh my god.
You're fine. Oh my lord, this guy crashed again. His last lap time was at 34. That poor guy. Oh lord, this is a huge crash. Oh. Actually, that's mostly not bad. He held up pretty well.
Lucas.
Yep.
Lucas.
I thought you were sleeping.
What do you mean the curb for the jump?
No, some guys got sent to Jesus.
But which jump?
The one regain air. But don't worry about it. You won't.
Gain air at a lot of places. Like, I'm not gonna use that curb, right? You don't think?
No, never.
I haven't been using that curb.
It was like a glitch almost.
Oh, okay.
That last corner's gone understeer.
Yeah.
It's pitch black behind you.
Yeah, I can't see anything. The sky looks blue to me because I turned my gamma up. It's kind of weird. I think I gained 5 seconds this lap.
Yeah, you're flying. Oh. There goes my rig. I should probably reset my computer. So. You got this, mate. No sweat. You got this.
Oh, I'm coming for your best lap.
No, you're not. What time do you do? I'm still faster.
What?
I'm on.
Yeah, but like.
Good.
Yeah. Was it nighttime now?
Yeah.
Let's fucking go! Let's get this dub!
Is-
You okay?
We just finished P4 in my race. It was 2.7k SOF. That shit was crazy, bruh.
Okay.
The leader, bro, P1 was doing 15s, bro.
What?
Yeah, bro,
Oh
he
my
crashed
God.
though, so like it's fine.
Yeah, that's like exactly what happened in our Jillian.
Dude, everybody in this race here is slow as fuck. Holy shit, man.
Who's racing now?
Jillian.
In this race?
Yeah. The people that we're racing against. I was the night driver for my team, and we were doing, well, my teammate was doing like 17s. He said a 17 flat at night. But the issue with the night is the tires with this setup. We were using the same setup as you, the G&G one.
Well,
No,
we're
we
using
have
the.
Oh, a different one.
Yeah, we're running
Oh, okay.
the NEC. I think it's still
Gotcha.
by Grid and Go, but it's the NEC one.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, because I was using the one that you guys gave because my team liked it a lot.
Oh,
the
yeah?
G&G one, but it had a lot of issues where once the track got down to 19C, like the coldest it can be, you had to overdrive the car to keep the tires to temp, otherwise you slide like every corner on
Seriously?
ice. Yeah, so I was struggling to keep the tires above 85C, all of them. The fronts were easier, and so we were going through in each lap. We were adjusting ABS, TC, and brake bias to change which tires were getting heated every lap, and on like which corners.
Oh my
Otherwise,
God.
like, yeah, otherwise we would just fall off on pace completely. Like my teammate was doing like 24s, and I'm like, "How are you doing that?" He pulls in, all his tires are 70. He's like, "It's so sketchy," and I'm like, "No, let me try." So then I just go in and just go as hard as I can to get them, heated before the first lap.
Yeah.
In the out lap, and then once I get them heated, I just don't stop pushing, and you just push harder and harder every lap because you have to. And I'm like,
Holy
all right,
crap.
this is gonna sound crazy, but drive as fast as you can. He's like, why would I do that? It's a 24-hour race. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. You will do 24s if you do not push as hard as you can.
Oh, dude.
Remember, just no curves
Yeah.
or fast corners.
I wonder if that's the problem with this setup now. It's
Our
super
setup is
understeer,
fine,
yeah, in most corners. It's
Our
pretty-
tires are at 81.
Not bad. Oh, you're
This is
81
probably
Celsius.
tried
5.7
on
wing.
this setup because this setup is very, very stable.
Yeah,
High
of
speed.
course. I found it interesting. In our session, the 6 wings was like the best. 6 and 7 wings were definitely the best because our session was hot. When it started, it was clear sky, and it was like 36 degrees Celsius on the track. Qualifying, anyone that ran a 5, like our qualifying guy ran a 5 wing and he couldn't do it. It was too slippery.
Really?
Yeah, it was too hot. It was way too hot. And then when the sun came up, I was driving with our we were running like I said 6 wing.
Yeah.
And I was doing 19s when the track was 36C.
Holy cow.
And the guys that were running the 5
Watch this
wings
guy,
and like
watch.
holy
Julian, oh my lord. What on earth?
dude, that was crazy.
Barely controlled it. Wait, sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, so the people that were running like the lower wings were doing like 30s. And so we were just like in like one stint we made up like minutes on people. Which was like crazy because everyone was so sketched out, but we were like, dude, we have so much downforce, I don't even care. We'll just keep pushing. But the tires got up to 101. They were overheating, and they started to fall off quickly.
What is the optimal window? I thought it was like 90.
Yeah, it's like 85 then 95. So in that area, just keep it in that area.
I think we're running like 80, 77, something like that. That's not good.
The setup was good. It's just it takes a lot of driver mod to be able to drive the car on the Nurburgring quickly and then look down and see, okay, which tires where, and then drive accordingly. Like purposely go wider and deeper in corners just to heat them, you know, because it is faster than if you were to just
Right.
take the corner normally. Because if you took the corner normally, then in 3 corners you would have colder tires, and you would slow down. So
Right.
it was better to take the wider lines and the deeper lines, which was interesting. So
That's absurd. I've never heard of that before. Not one track or car combination I've ever like done that.
it's
So our setup's probably gonna be really different then.
yeah. It's I'll have to go to a test session to test it out, but I think because you're pretty much on like almost continuous straights, the tires cool down really quickly, which is what I saw. When I came out of a corner, my tires would be at like 95C, like no issue. Then by the next corner, we're already at 85. They'd cool down by 10 degrees because of how cold our session was.
How are you checking what tire temps they are corner to corner?
I'm just looking at them on the dashboard. There's a dash panel that shows you tire temp and
Oh,
pressure.
that's fair.
Wait, what? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Um,
It's what you use on the Porsche to manage tires. But like the BMW, you can't because the BMW only shows you pressure. So you have to guess in the BMW.
me and
Then why-
Joey just driving.
Yeah, we're just driving, hoping it goes well.
Pretty much, that's how you drive the BMW, right?
Yeah, well, we're
Just
driving the
drive it.
Porsche, but
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, BMW drivers are just like, it's like, if you want to just like not try, you just drive the BMW because it'll just carry you. The BMWs in our session, man, holy fuck. There was one BMW, I swear he was running 3 wing because on the straight, he just...
Dude, that's so true. On the straight,
so
they're just
fast.
overpowered.
Yeah, they're so fucking fast.
yeah, we're running like 5.7 wing, I think. Whoa. Oh, who joined?
I don't know.
Hello?
Oh, it's Lorenzo. Oh my goodness.
Alright.
Yo, but
Let me
everyone's
try
like
out the
being
setup,
quiet
though.
sometimes because Julian's losing focus, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I personally really like this setup. I mean, it's understeery, but you can fix it with driver, of course, and brake bias. I put mine to like 49.7, maybe 49.5. I might change it to.
Okay, you have cleaner for 25 seconds.
Let me try to find it. Set up so I can try it out.
Send you the
It's called, I think it's at the very bottom. It's called NEC Race, GNG.
Yeah, NEC Erase, I see it. Downloading it. This is gonna be weird. I just drove for 8 hours in one setup.
Honestly, hearing how Julian liked the old setup, or hated the grid and go, you should probably maybe like this one more.
I like the setup you guys provided. The G&G, I took. Well, I'll tell you which one we used. My team used.
Are you trying to double apex that, Julian?
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, you gotta slow down.
The one that we used was called G&G Porsche Nurb 24.
Yeah, that's the one we gave you.
Yeah.
It was like, I thought it was really good, but we just hadn't done a lot of testing with it because I was doing the GT Sprint series
It was
a lot.
excellent. It was excellent. You could have held Fluke Plats flat, except for the outlap. And that's
Oh,
really
seriously?
impressive for a 6-wing, yeah. But only at night. Once it got daytime again, you had to lift more. But,
Right.
and then the other fast corners, you have to lift a lot, though. It was kind of unstable, and it was kind of goofy in those corners, but beyond that, it was insanely fast on the downhill. The fastest part of the track, of course, you know. Not
Oh,
like
yeah.
in speed, but like in having to corner.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, I will test it
Ah!
out in the test session. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got some dirty air and I didn't expect the rear to be that slippery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so just when Julian's driving, just be a little bit quieter and not talk
Of
as
course.
much.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it's even
I'm
hard
not
for
being
me.
very talkative because just like
Yeah, because he needs the
focusing,
tire noises to
building
drive.
the gap.
Just a bit less talk.
Oh, that's good. Can you tell him thanks?
Yeah.
And do you guys want me to drive? I'm personally best at night to dawn.
Yeah, you'll probably be racing then. Too.
Yeah, that's exactly when we want you, because I'm gonna race for the next 3 hours till it's let's see what's time. Till it's like 1
You'll
a.m.
race till 2 a.m.
Yeah,
or
and
whatever,
then you race for the next 3, if that's okay.
Yeah, I just slept for like the last 2 hours, so just let me know.
Oh. You need more sleep in the night.
Well, no, I had 6 hours before those 2 hours. There was like a 3-hour like buffer in between those sleeping periods, but 2 hours or 6 hours, then 2 hours. So I have 8 hours total the last 24.
Solid.
I should have probably get some sleep now. I got friends coming over, unfortunately.
All right.
Lucas,
Mm-hmm.
how does your
Do this-
seating position work?
Me?
Like Lucas.
You mean?
Like, I don't know, it's just like
He's got like a.
oh shit, that's,
So like this is like eye level,
that's crazy.
and then I put the monitor down, and it's like this.
Interesting. My steering wheel's like 15 degrees pointing up. It's like the complete opposite.
Yeah, mine block my view sometimes when I'm in the corners. But I would wait though. It's like that's what it would do.
What kind of times are you running, Parker?
Depends on the temperatures, but around 20s is my target typically.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's where we're all running.
Yeah, like I
Well,
said,
there
at
was Julian beat
night we were running so fast, it was actually really difficult to keep the car on the track because of how fast and how hard you have to push. So we were
Right.
running easily sub 18s every lap. I mean, I was running 20s with traffic, like sitting behind a fucking GT4 for like 3 corners, and then I would still run at 20. It's like, what the fuck?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only GT3s in our split.
All GT3. It's
I
crazy.
saw that. I was like, this is gonna be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've
Our
had that for the
GT4 field is
Daytona
800
before,
I rating.
Wait, what?
We
Sorry?
had our GT4.
It was 800 I rating,
Yeah,
the average
800.
SOF.
Yeah, there was a couple
Oh,
guys that
hell
were
no.
like sub 100. It was pretty scary. They would
Julian,
like
don't
cut, they
tell.
would like
Julian,
cut
don't
you
tell.
off, man. They would cut you off. Like they would just like give you like the line. They would go offline and like, okay, so you're giving me the racing line, right? Then you take the racing line and then they try to drive into you and you're like, what are you doing? And like, oh, I didn't see you.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you going offline? Yeah, this setup feels really good. It's a lot more oversteery than the normal N24 one, but it's very stable. I like it. Despite it
Oversteery?
being- yes, it's more oversteery. Oh,
Really?
Huh.
yeah, it has a lot more oversteer. But
I'm finding this so understeery, but yeah, sorry.
But the other setup we were using brake bias to compensate.
Right.
And this one has different the brake the master cylinders are actually different too on this one. Because it's
What do you
not
mean?
so when you change the brake bias, it's not an even number. It's not increments of 0.25%.
Yeah.
So that means that the master cylinder front and rear are different pressures than they normally are, which is interesting. I've never seen that.
Damn, you know a lot more than us.
Yeah, it's just something you do on the Lamborghini typically, because the Lamborghini has a really hard issue with braking, because of how oversteery that car is.
Right.
Julian, you want to deafen?
No, it's fine. I just had my brake bias too high. Understeered on that corner.
Yeah, I'll drive this. I like this setup a lot.
Is it better than the? I'm just finding the, what is it? The double right hand. What's it called?
Blue
Flu
clutch.
Yeah,
The
flu
flat one.
clutch. Yeah, that's not flat in this setup. It seems.
No.
Maybe it
Oh,
is.
wow. But it's like it's nice though because it's just a stable setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very stable despite it being very low downforce, which I'm impressed with.
Do you usually create setups? Because like you know a lot, it seems. I know like none of this.
I like take setups that I like, and then I find what I don't like about them and I fix it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
typically I'm faster than the setup originally made me. And then you get into like some really crazy setups. Like I have a 7-wing for NEC, and it can do sub 8s, but it's like really hard to drive because it uses a lot of downforce, right? So
Yeah.
imagine you're just like going flat out every single corner. It can do 8s. You just got to push it so hard because it has so much limit. The limits of it are so high. So it's
Holy
interesting
cow.
setup. And then braking is like you have to brake so late, and you can't use a lot of ABS. So it's a really hard thing to drive, but if you can do it, it's a fast fucking setup, and not many people like it.
Can you send it? I would love to drive that. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. It's a momentum-based setup, but it's extremely understeery, so you have to use a lot of, let's say you're moving your braking phase into the corner, and because you have so much downforce, the car can handle it. That's the idea, and it works. But the lines are different. Everything's different. Throttle, brake, gas, you know, or yeah, I guess I said gas twice, but and the lines are completely different. They're like wider because you're just focusing on momentum.
Yeah.
It's a different way of driving altogether.
Wait, you mean it can run 808s, right?
It can run sub 8s on the VLN
because
setup.
because it's a spare car.
Yeah, oh, I thought you meant on this configuration. I was like,
no,
holy
I don't know what
cow.
it can do on this config. I've never tried on this config. I only use it for NEC for the most part when I do my personal NEC. Because it's a lot of fun to drive. Because imagine like it's about 10 miles per hour faster in every corner than like a 6-wing or a 5-wing. That's how much downforce you're talking about. It's a difference of like 10 miles per hour per corner. And then whatever time you lose on the straight, it more than makes up for if you can push it to the limit consistently in the corner.
Oh yeah.
For every like 10th that it loses on the straight, it makes up 2 on the corner. So
that's absolutely bonkers. Like
yeah. But there's no room for error on it, so it's not great.
It's like an esports setup in a way.
So you're going so fast and you're so on the limit, there is no room for error.
Right.
You'll go offline, right? You'll either have too much grip and go into the fucking wall, apex, or you'll have too little and go into the wall.
You have to do it.
Yeah. It's like an interesting catch-22. So you have to be like at the perfect fucking, yeah.
But that's always good for driver training. Like that's kind of
can
how you
be.
want to set up to be
Yeah,
if you're like an
carry
esports
max
driver.
Speed.
Yeah.
That's all it's designed to do. It's if you're in the toe of a BMW, it's almost as fast as a BMW in a straight line. Despite it being a 7-wing, because there's not a lot of rake, so like the height differences from the rear and the front isn't a lot.
Right, so that it's like less
yeah.
drag.
It's less draggy, yeah. But it has a lot of wing, so it pushes the ground. It pushes the rear into the ground a lot better.
Does it like spark at all?
No. It doesn't have height issues, but it's as low as you can make it. So.
Right. Do you just experiment with these setups all the time at like during the NEC races?
Yeah, I just do like test session, and I have like a set settings, like temperature settings and everything, and I just compare setups at that temperature.
Right.
Yeah, there are some tracks where you can't do that, like Watkins Glen, because it's always hot there. But I prefer to make a setup really fast in the cold.
And the Nurburgring kind of best reflects how a setup will perform because it's such a long track, and so like if you have a minor gain, then it really shows that you gained.
Yeah, exactly. But my optimal time on this track with the 7-wing setup is a 13.5, I think.
Oh my god.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, no, it's fast, man.
And what's your I rating again? It's like 3. You're like 3,000.
It used to be 3K, but I don't do hourlies usually. I just practice for the endurance races, so I don't gain I rating usually. I'm like 1.7 right now, but it doesn't really reflect anything, I don't think. Because I can go into any 1.7 ISOF field right now and dominate without even trying.
Right.
So, like I did 3 races, and they were all podiums. They would have been first place, but I crashed. So, but I was using it to test the setups, to be honest. Because the only way you can test the setups against other cars is racing in the VRS races usually. So you lose a lot of I rating trying to test setups too.
Right. That's probably.
That's like the last step, is see how it does against other cars. The cool thing about the 7-wing setup I found is that you can overtake in almost any corner. Because it has so much downforce. And you can outbrake everybody. You can brake later than everybody. You can accelerate earlier, and you can just outmaneuver. You know, you're talking about 10 miles per hour difference in speed. Most people will either wash out of the corner or not want the smoke.
Oh my god. That's crazy. Trying to think of what.
But it's a specific taste. Like you're probably driving and be like, this is absolute shit. And it's like, yeah, a setup can be shit, but it depends on who's driving it, really.
Yeah, you just got the driver should be adjusting to the setup in reality. It shouldn't be the other way around. No, well, kinda.
No, it's like my setups are built for me typically, like how I drive, which is a lot of momentum base. So, but my teammates were like, "This is terrible," and I was like, "That's fine. We can find some middle ground." So we found a setup that had middle ground.
Yeah, Lucas, I saw your message. Hold on. Sorry, I'm.
Oh, it's way too great.
Oh my god. I wonder how that lap will be. Yeah, my optimal is like a, what is it? I think a 15.6.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Like, I haven't really practiced this track that much. Usually I'm like on pace with the 8,000 I-rated guys, but this track is just so different. It's so hard. And there's so many setup possibilities from what I'm hearing, I guess.
Yes. Because there's so much variance in the track layout, like the different corners. You can make a setup for a specific kind of corner on the track, which is interesting. I saw a lot of that with the BMWs, where the BMWs would only be fast in one sector, and then the straight, and I was like, that's weird. But
What?
yeah, they'd only be fast in like a couple of the sectors. It's either the first half or the last half. The first half of the lap is all high speed. The last half is low speed, medium to low speed. So if you were to make a setup, you pick a half, and that's how most people do the setups, I find. And whenever I'm like cross-testing setups, I find that one setup will always be faster through the first half of the lap, and then that will be faster, and then they usually even out at the end, right? They break even because of that.
Right.
Yep.
The Nurburgring is mostly comprised of like medium to high speed corners, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. When I say low speed, we're talking relative here. You know, you're cornering at like 100+ miles per hour. So when there's like a corner that you're taking in like fourth, third gear, that's slow in the Nurburgring. So that's kind of what I'm saying.
Literally any other track that's like a lot of speed.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this setup is kind of crazy through the quick left-hander. I didn't even need to brake, really. I'm surprised you can hold it. I held it through fifth, almost flat through there. I touched the grass a little on the exit, but nothing much. No off track.
Yeah, honestly, we're just looking to go like 95% pace. Okay, home.
Oh no, God no, yeah. I'm not even doing 100% pace right now, testing it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Just
My
want to
race,
see
I
how it
wasn't doing
feels.
100%. The hardest I pushed was maybe 90, 85%. And I was at night because you had to, because if we didn't, we'd be pushing at 60%. And that wasn't conducive with our goals. We needed to make some time up, and we knew we were faster, so let's wait.
Julian, you beat my lap time.
Yep, by 2/10. And I lost like half a second that lap.
I did.
18.6. I think that seems relatively fast right now.
It's pretty fast during the night. It's a pretty good lap. That's about what we were running, and my teammates were all like 3K. So.
Yeah, okay, that's not good. Not bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually 0.9K. So I'm saying.
Hell yeah. I believe it.
Bro, it's so bad. I need to get up to higher splits, man.
It's more fun when you're just like shitting on people.
Not really, because then I get bored.
What I like to do is like do not qualify and just start from pits and see how far you can make it through the like one overtake a corner, just like try to outpace everybody. It's kind of fun. Because it gets boring just sitting in the front. I win so much. I don't want to win anymore. I get bored. Yeah. I might have to go start driving an F1 just for fun.
Beating Max. You'll be on a competitive level with Max.
Oh yeah.
Oh, am I pitting this lap?
Did you see he qualifying for F1? He got pole position, and then an hour later he was in his sim rig.
I know.
24 hour. Yeah. He's racing like right now. They're in first place. They're winning. So.
Oh yeah, they're winning by like 40 seconds or something like that, aren't they?
Yeah.
Last time I checked, it was 25.
Alright, just let me know when you want me to get into the car.
Yeah. We're like... I'm gonna do, I think, 2 more stints and then you'll get in. Are there any setup changes you would make to the... Like, obviously we can't make them now, but I'm just curious, like, what do you think of the setup? What would you have changed?
It feels fine for what it is. I just I like more wing from a personal level. So
yeah,
it's a little squirrely on some of the quicker corners. Where you kind of need the grip. Yeah.
Right.
Where you need the grip, it's kind of squirrely, but that's not a bad thing necessarily. It's just scary. There's like 2 philosophies. You can either make the weaknesses of the car better, or you can make the strengths better. And I typically make the strengths better because it'll give you a disproportionate advantage in a certain corner, right? So like Porsche, make it really good in the corners, and no one can beat you in the corners, right? So then that means you always know that worst case scenario, you can fall back on the corners, brake later, in a dogfight, right?
Right.
If you make your car as balanced as possible, and they make their car as balanced as possible, then you're just gonna be just sitting, waiting for a mistake at that point. You're not gonna be able to leverage any advantage.
Right, of course.
It's just a matter of perspective.
That's kind of what I'm... Is that what I'm doing in real life? I don't know. I do real life racing, like karting, and everyone just goes for the most extreme setup as possible. Like if you're not... I'm trying to think. Because it's like, there's no gears, right? Yeah. It's a 1-speed. It's so easy to bog. And everyone sets up their car, or their kart, to be really fast on the straights, slow in the... and then really boggy out of the corners. But you can still minimize that bog, which is where like all the driver advantage comes out of.
Yeah.
Like I think someone was running like 2 teeth lower than me, which is like, you know, 4 kilometers an hour higher on the straight. And he was like barely bogging, whereas I was bogging with the 2 teeth higher. It was crazy. Yeah.
Karting's a lot different though, because you don't have suspension, right? So.
Yeah, you have to... Hold on. Your body is the suspension, or like the whole chassis is the suspension, effectively, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fucking slow in the setup. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're slow in the setup?
Yeah. I hopped in. I did 1 lap. I did an out lap, and then I did like a 80% lap, and I did a 22. But
okay, that's fine.
The track was like 66.
Holy cow! Yeah,
so
no, you'll be fast then when you get in.
That's like my default setting for like testing setups. Is max rubber on the track, and then minimum temperature, minimum humidity. And let's see how it handles.
Yellow.
Oh, you meant Fahrenheit. I thought you meant
Yeah, I know. It's cold as fuck. It's like 19 C. Yeah.
I thought you meant Celsius. I was like, oh my god.
No. It's pretty much the conditions you're in right now.
Right.
And it's... Yeah, I'm slow in it, so...
it's fine. You'll probably adjust.
Yeah, most likely. I tried to take a lot more speed in the corners, and then I would just wash, because there's no wing. And I have to remember, I have to like hit myself in the hand. God, there's no wing on this thing. What am I doing?
It's just, yeah, it's hard. You can't overdrive in this setup.
You can't. Bro's eating some cheese.
What? Oh, Lucas?
Yeah.
Alright, wait. I didn't get a penalty, right? Okay, good.
If you're in the first slots, I don't think you can get one, even if you have the pit limiter off.
I just remember I had PTSD once where I was in an F1 race. I was like in second, only like 5 seconds behind, went into the pits, and I pressed the pit speed limiter as soon as I got out of the pits, and I still got a 40-second penalty. I just gave up right after that. I was like, okay.
We have a 4-second penalty?
No, 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 no. That was an
Lord.
F1 race I did.
On my game crash? I
Did
think
it?
my game just crashed. Oh wait, maybe not. I think it's a bit broken.
What type of brake pads did you have on?
Use low. I always use low here.
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, that's probably why. I thought the braking was weird. It is medium, huh?
Yeah.
We're not finding the brakes are fading or anything, so.
No, the brakes don't really fade in iRacing. Whenever you change tires, the brakes get changed with it. But when you run low, you have finer control of like the brakes. So you just
Yeah, I
can't brake
guess.
as hard. Yeah, it's a lot easier when you're doing high speed maneuver. You're trying to brake, which is a lot of that. So,
We put it to
but-
medium because we were in a practice session and like just getting destroyed in the braking zone. So we were like, okay.
Yeah, there's no downforce, so.
Oh, that's a good. Oh, that's probably part of the reason as well.
Yeah. For reference, a 5.7 wing is going to be a 50 meters earlier braking point than a 6.7, and then
Really?
a 6.7 is like 25 to 50, depending on the corner, to a 7 wing. Yeah, I was doing a lot of testing on it in the different braking spots and the different lines, and I mean the lines are different, the braking points are different, throttle's different. It's a completely different car between each different wing level. Higher downforce you put on the car, the more like curved, the more
The more drag it'll have.
No, like the more elliptical the line becomes a lot of the corners, and then some other corners it's just a straight V out, right?
Oh, I see what you mean.
So you go for an earlier apex versus a later apex. So like the first hairpin going on the Grand Prix on like a 7 wing, that's a V. I mean, you go as deep as you can pretty much, and then turn it, and you put all your rotation 1 point on the middle of the corner, right? Go for a super late apex.
Right.
Versus like the 6 wing, you go for a really wide entry, and you try to carry as much speed through the corner, because you want to keep that speed for the straight. Versus the higher wing setup, you don't want to keep any speed for the straight. You just want to get through the corner as quickly as possible. And so the quickest way through a corner is a V, right? So
yeah.
That's why like F1 cars, they always V out their lines. The more downforce you have, the more of a V a lot of those hairpins, no, pretty much all hairpins become. So.
But then higher speed corners, it's more of an elliptical shape.
Yeah, exactly. Because you want to brake less and lift less, exactly. So you want to create more speed. So it just depends on what your target speed is through a corner. So hairpins, it's going to be a lower speed. Higher, quick left right-handers is going to be a higher speed. So it becomes a much more wider line because of that. And it just depends on where the rotation grip is. So on a high downforce setup, all the rotation and grip is in the middle of the corner, on the nose. So on a low downforce setup, it's throughout the entire corner. You use the entire corner for rotation. So
right.
you go for you're in the corner longer. But your minimum speed is higher at the same time. A lot of them, especially like hairpins.
That's good. He just let us
do
by.
a lot of data analysis.
Yeah, I can
and
tell.
then looking at like the telemetry on like Garage 61 and VRS, you look at all the telemetry and you're like, okay, this is better here. Why?
Right.
Yeah. And that's how I know that like a 7-wing is 10 to 15 miles per hour faster through a corner. Like you carry more speed, like a shit ton more speed.
Then what's the difference on the straight? Because if it's like why
5
isn't
miles per
everyone
hour.
running?
It's a huge
Yeah.
difference. The only way I was able to keep up on the straight, like I said, was sit behind another car. And you would never catch that car, but it didn't matter because I'd pass in the corners anyways. Like I'd overtake here. You would just look for overtaking opportunities on the Nordschleife, which is insane, right? So that's why it worked so well in like NEC and VRS, the setup, because that's the only time you really want to be overtaking, right? Because you don't want to overtake in the pits. You're not gonna make that much in VRS, you know. You get one pit, you're gonna get stuck behind somebody, and you're gonna be down on time. So you want to force passes. So it makes it worth it.
Right.
I'll have to
Well,
restart
what
my
is this
computer
guy
from
doing?
code.
He's not
Like
letting me
here
by.
in a 7-wing, you probably could have overtaken that guy on the outside pretty easily. With how slow that he's going. That was scary. You touched him.
Did I?
It didn't count as a contact, but yeah, you definitely touched him. It looked like for me. Like that corner's 5th gear. This corner's almost 4th. Yeah, in the 7-wing, yeah, it's crazy, right? There was a BMW in my session. I was following him, and he was keeping up with me in the corners. I was like, God damn, this is a fast BMW, right? This guy must be crazy. And then we took that corner, and I slowed down the 4th gear, like bottom of 4th. He took it, just gapped me. I was like, holy fuck! He pulled a second on me almost for that one corner. I was like, okay, that guy has like max wing. Okay. It now makes sense why he couldn't get away from me on the straights, and he was keeping up in the corners.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is 7-wing the max? No.
On the